What's up, everybody? Jeremy Gerard from Mythic Customs and Mythic Conversations here, wanting to talk a little bit about LegionsCon 2020. So LegionsCon is coming up in just 2 short weeks. That's right, Saturday, November 14th, we're going to be putting on the second LegionsCon event. This is going to be part of an amazing weekend for Four Horsemen Studios and Mythic Legions, because they've also announced that on Friday, November 13th, is going to be the third annual G-Con event. So that's super exciting. And then right on the heels of that, the next day, we're going to do LegionsCon. So a little bit of an overview of what these two events are and what you should expect. G-Con, if you've seen the last couple years for Four Horsemen Studios, this is a studio event that they put on. They haven't released a lot of information about that yet, so I'm not at liberty to do so, but I can tell you, if you look at previous years where they bring on friends of the studio, different guests, they do reveals, you can expect stuff like that, and they said as much in the teaser that they've already released for that. The cool thing is, by doing this as a 2-day event, while G-Con has very much always been a very studio focused event, LegionsCon is all about the community. And if you're into Mythic Legions, you know that the incredible community that's been created around this line, a community built of action figure customizers, photographers, artists, diorama makers, fans of all kinds, they have so much that they're able to contribute to the Mythic Legions property and the Mythic Legions community, and that's really what LegionsCon is all about. Last year we did LegionsCon for the first time in Parsippany, New Jersey, alongside of the ToyCon New Jersey show. So my partner Joe Viteri and I were the ones that put that on, really as kind of like a meet and greet for fellow Mythic Legions fans and creators. We were blown away by how much interest it got. There were people that flew in for it. It was an awesome event, and it immediately made us start thinking about LegionsCon 2 or LegionsCon 2020 for this year, and how we wanted to grow it and expand on it. We had a lot of really big plans. Obviously, COVID-19 has changed those plans by necessity, so LegionsCon 2020 is fully virtual, which is very, very cool for people that maybe wouldn't have been able to fly out to New Jersey to be part of a live in-person event anyway. What's going to happen for LegionsCon 2020? Once again, it's all focused on the community, although the Horsemen do have a huge role in the event. It's going to start at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. All the times I'm going to say are in Eastern Time. From 9 to 11, it's going to kind of be an open format, marketplace, exhibit style situation where you'll be able to go into different breakout rooms and interact with different customizers and artists, and certainly interact with some marketplace sellers. We've already signed up Von Berg Studios, Planetary Dog Toys, Crashbox Customs, Detour Customs. They're all going to be in the marketplace, not only meeting fans, but showing product, and then you'll be able to go to their websites to buy products that are debuted for the first time ever at LegionsCon in those breakout rooms. There's also going to be some other breakout rooms with customizers like Nikki Nicole Cheney, Dennis Derby. They're going to have their rooms that they're just going to be meeting people, showing them stuff, answering questions, and just interacting with fans. Once that section's done at about 11 o'clock, we go into kind of the formal programming of the day. So besides the welcome to everybody that both Joe and myself will do, we've got 5 awesome panels planned for you. The first panel of the day is going to be all around customizing Mythic Legions. Myself and Nikki Nicole Cheney are going to be on that panel, along with one more guest that we're still trying to work out. That's going to be moderated by Pete McCarthy from the LegionsCon podcast. The next panel is going to be the Art of Mythic Legions, which is probably the panel I'm most excited for. That's going to be Eric Treadaway from Four Horsemen Studios, Nate Barch, who does all the amazing artwork that you see on all of the Mythic Legions packages, and Trevor Williams, aka 1/6 Shooter, does amazing action figure photography, and he's been shooting a lot of Mythic Legions lately. They're going to be on that panel talking about, again, the Art of Mythic Legions, and that one is moderated by another member of the LegionsCon podcast, Steve Bisciotti. Then we go into a panel around making 3D printed add-ons for Mythic Legions Customs. That's going to be Brian Burke from Von Burke Studios, Saba and Julie from Planetary Dog Toys, and Emil Wickman, who's an amazingly talented artist and sculptor. They're all going to be joining us. That panel is moderated by Anthony Houseel of the Toy Forge. Awesome stuff. They're going to talk about their process, how they create these awesome 3D printed heads and weapons and other add-ons that customizers like myself can use in our work. The next panel is building dioramas for Mythic Legions photography and displays. Chris from Crashbox Customs, amazing work if you've seen his Mythic pieces. A lot of Mythic Legions photographers are using those in their photography these days. Chris is an amazing talent. He's going to be talking about his process and how he produces the parts that he does, the diorama pieces he does. Additionally, Dennis Derby and Timothy Peak, two customizers who do more amateur style diorama making for their own personal use in photography. They're going to be there as well. So that'll be a nice mix of someone who does it more professionally and is actually selling products and other kind of do-it-yourselfers. That panel is moderated by popular cosplayer Joe Colton. Very excited for that one. The last panel of the day is one that I am lucky enough to moderate, and that's the panel with Four Horsemen Studios. Cornboy, Jim, and Eric will be joining us live. We'll be talking about everything that's been going on. I'm sure we'll talk about the stuff we saw at G-Con. We'll talk about the community and Mythic Legions. And there will be surprises. There will be live reveals. You're not going to want to miss this panel. The day ends with a live broadcast and live recording of that popular Legions Cast podcast. So everything that we've now seen across 2 days, those guys get to bring it all home, talk about it, soak in the awesomeness, and really help us end LegionsCon 2020 in a good way. So how do you register? What do you need to know? Again, it is in 2 weeks, Saturday, November 14th. If you go to www.legionscon.com, I'll put that link down in the description as well. If you go there, that will have the full schedule for the day, the full guest list, and a link to register. Now, this is a fully virtual event, so you're going to be able to just sit in the comfort of your home and watch all of this content. But if you can't watch it live, don't worry. Everything's going to be recorded. Those recordings are only going to be available to registered members. So if you have to only watch part of it, if you can't watch any of it, if you want to watch it later, you still want to register because that's going to give you access to all of the panel discussions. It's also going to give you access to some of the amazing prizes that we're going to give away. Throughout the day, there's going to be a number of prizes. You do not need to be watching live to win. As long as we can figure out who you are and contact you, you will be eligible for that prize. We will call the names out during the show. So registering gets you access to an amazing array of cool prizes that we're giving away. Thank you very much to many of the customizers and 3D printing companies and so forth that have already donated prize packages that we can use for LegionsCon 2020. Now, it is a fully virtual event, but that doesn't mean it's free to run. We've selected a platform called Crowdcast to run this. Instead of doing something free on, like, say, Facebook Live or even YouTube Live, there's no real cost attached to that, but the quality of the broadcast really wouldn't be what we wanted. We wanted this to feel real high-end. We wanted to be able to have multiple people on screen. You know, when you've got a panel discussion, we want to be able to see all three panelists and the moderator on screen all the time. There's a lot of cool stuff that we want to be able to do. So as part of investing in this platform, there is a small cost attached to LegionsCon. Tickets are just $6. Again, that gets you access to all of the live sessions as well as the recordings. Once again, www.legionscon.com. 2 weeks from now, I'm super excited. I can't wait to share this with you. It's been a ton of work building up to this. Starting last year at LegionsCon, we started talking about it. I would have loved for us all to be in New Jersey again and all of us to be together. But the cool thing is, by this being fully virtual, fans from across the globe can sign on, and a lot of them already have. We've got attendees that are going to be watching from all across the world. sharing their love of Mythic Legions. I can't wait to see you there next Saturday, LegionsCon 2020, www.legionscon.com. Register now if you haven't done so already. Thanks.